Hey everybody, welcome back to the underground lair here at Stringman Guitars. We have an old beat up Road Dog Les Paul Studio. This has been here before. It's been repaired here at the neck joint. And Buddy wanted to know what pickups are in this thing, because he says that when he's playing it through his pedals, he gets, it sounds just too solid statey buzzy sounding, like too much overdrivey sounding. So he wanted to know what was in here. So allow me to fast forward while we pull these out and take a look-see. I do not know what pickups are in here. This one has no markings on it. It has the the 4 brass screws in it, just like this one, but this one has the embossed Gibson in it. If anybody has any idea what comes in a 90s Les Paul Studio, let me know. Okay, boys and girls, so yeah, 490 and 498T are the pickups in a 1993, correction to my old video. I thought it was a 91. I read the serial number wrong. But Trogley, my favorite source of Gibson, everything Gibson, Trogley's Guitar Show, set me straight. So Buddy decided that he wanted to go with Kluson locking tuners on this, and these are a big upgrade from the Gibson Deluxe Kluson tuners. These are the Revolution 19-to-1 locking tuners, so a big upgrade for them. They're a bit more substantial and just overall better. So we got all our hardware, and we'll go through fast forward mode. Go fast forward to take out all the little screws and whatnot. Then you need a 10mm socket. And when you buy these, make sure that you buy the ones that require the little bushing with the nut with the 10mm, because there's that kind, and then there's the kind that just use the standard, I think it's I can't remember the size, but it's the older style with the smaller hole. You don't want to get the wrong ones. So if it looks like it has a nut on the top like that, you get the ones for the 10mm. And they'll have that 10mm kind of nut bushing on the top. Okay, so that's what you're going to look for. You'll see that. And all the gunk on the back, we're going to clean that up, and I'll be back. Once you get your tuning machine screwed in the back, make sure you go back around and just snug those screws down. Now you go and get your washers. And your washers will have a rounded edge on one side and a flat edge on the other. Just make sure you get the flat edge down. go. You get your bushings. Get them started in. They're going to be snug because these holes aren't always drilled from the factory exactly straight. Get them started. Once you get them started and you have them on the threads, then you can come along with your, sometimes you got to go backwards to catch the thread, like that. Then you can come along with your socket and just tighten them down. Don't crank them. Okay, and then finally, you're going to want to line up your tuners so they're at the 6 and 12 o'clock positions. And you will also notice that these are way more stout than the original product that comes from Gibson. That one's already there. Okay, so I'm going to do a little cleanup on this. I'm going to polish the frets. And the string of the day, Ernie Ball's 1046. So I'm going to polish the frets, clean up this guitar. It is so dirty. He busted the switch tip. I don't have a black Gibson switch tip, so I can't help him there. You know, I didn't hit record. So let me tell you where we're at here. We polished up all the gold hardware the best we could with some Ultimate Shine from StewMac. We hit some deoxit in all the controls. Got our crackle killer. He was complaining of some output jack noise, so deoxit with crackle killer here in the output. Got our eraser holding our jack where it should be. I got my tuners all at 6 and 12, and we're going straight through. We oiled the fingerboard. We had to use a razor blade to scrape all the DNA off of there, because this thing's a road dog. It gets played a lot, and there was already some guitar grease left in the slots. I added just a little bit of graphite from a pencil. All you need, make sure your string's in the slot, and for your locking tuner, you're going to pull it straight through, lock it down, and tune it up, or at least bring it up to like that. I did give the truss rod about not even a quarter of a turn. And we'll hop into fast forward, which I was going to do before, but I forgot that I was not recording. Or I realized I was not recording, so we'll just finish this off in fast forward. Okay, so we're pretty much up to pitch. He didn't like the, I think I mentioned it earlier, he didn't like the harshness of the ceramic 490 R 490 or 498T pickups. So we dropped them a little bit to kind of get the harshness out of the way. And I also use a piece of paper and I just labeled it Uncle Stu, T-O-M, because StuMac, if they sold this as a tool, they would charge you $39.99 for it. And I just use a piece of paper to make sure that this fits underneath the bridge, and it just barely does, with some friction. So we're going to use, see, we got there, we've got about 3/64, and I got about 5/64 there. And see what our relief looks like. Before I put this on a stand, let it relax back to where it was. The body joint, I'm using a 10 now, 7th fret. That's just fitting in there. It sounds a lot less aggressive with those pickups dropped a little bit, I gotta say. And let it sit for a little bit. I think we solved the noise problem. No noise in the output jacks, or controls, duh. Nothing there. Okay, our Les Paul Studio has had a chance to settle in. Let's see where everything landed. I just brought it up to pitch. I did some adjustments, call it a preemptive strike to the bridge, because I knew that I was going to straighten the neck out more than I usually do. So we're going with 10,000s, holding at the body joint, 7th fret, and yeah, that's perfect. Checking our string height at the 12th, we're at 5/64 and 3/64, right where we left it. Alright, so we're going to do our intonation. I love these tuners because you move them a bit more, and the actual post doesn't move as much as the old Gibson Deluxe tuners. I think those are 14:1, these are 19:1. Yeah, 19:1. Okay, the E's in. The A is in. Remember, we didn't have to worry about pickup height because we dumped them down a bit. To get them to be a little less noisy. D is just a hair sharp. Means the saddle's got to go back that way. Just slightly. Look at it this way, if the needle is pointing to the right of the note, it means the saddle's got to go to the right of where you're looking. Does that make sense? Of course, everything is still stretching in. We'll check it again in the morning before we hand it off. Okay, the D is in. G is in. B is in. And the E is in. Thank you for watching. If you live in the greater Pittsburgh area and you would like to see your guitar brought back up to par, you need a good guitar tech that's not going to rip you off or take 2 weeks to get your stuff back to you, or try to sell you stuff you don't need. Send me an instant message on the Facebooks, or go to stringmanguitars.com, and all of our contact information is right there. Also, you can pick up one of our cool new stickers. $5 US. I will ship to the United States Continental. $5. The information's on the website. Just shoot me a email or shoot me a instant message, and we'll get that to you. In the meantime, where's my truss rod cover? Yeah. Take care of yourself. Love your neighbor like you love yourself. Take care of the old folks, because they are indeed, yeah, they're hiding behind my water. They are special. And most of all, you guys keep on being awesome. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. I would love you for a long time. Peace.